of Korea withdraw from 10 meters platform preliminary. You should have a 107B, 407C, 207B, 626B, 5255B, and 307C with difficulty 3.0, 3.2, 3.6, 3.5, 3.6, 3.4. We don't know why he withdrew. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share to this channel for more updates for diving and gymnastics. Thank you very much. Rank 45 is Ramiz Sobi of Egypt. He is 17 years old. He finishes with 233.5 points, 270.3 points behind top 1. His scores are in Dive 1 with 6142D, difficulty of 3.1, 37.2. Dive 2, he did 5253B with 3.2 difficulty, scores is 57.6. Dive 3, he did 407C with 3.2 difficulty, scores is 52.8. Dive 4 is 305C, 2.8 difficulty with 28.0 points. Dive 5 is 107B, 3.0, difficulty score with 40.5. And Dive 6 is 205B with 2.9 difficulty with 17.4. His lowest scores from this dive is 1.5, and his highest score from all of his dive is 6.0. Congratulations, Rami Sobi of Egypt. Rank 44 is from Serbia. Alexa Teofilovic, 15 years old, with 234.95 points. His dives is in Dive 1, 107B with 3.0 difficulty, diving points is 31.5. Dive 2 is 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 33.6 points. Dive 3 is 5253B with 3.2 difficulty, 48.0 score. Dive 4, he did 6243D with 3.2 difficulty and 43.2 diving points. Dive 5 is 305C, 2.8 difficulty with 30.8. And points for Dive 6, he did 207C with 3.3 difficulty and 47.85 diving points. His lowest scores from this competition of preliminary competition is 3.5, and his highest score is 5.0. Rank 43 is from Venezuela. Walter Enrique Rojas Dawson, 36 years old, with total score of 241.9, 261.9 score behind the top 1. First dive, he did 107B, 3.0 difficulty with 54.0 points. Dive 2 is 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 46.4 points. Dive 3 is 305C, 2.8 difficulty and 35.0 points. Dive 4 is 207C, 3.3 difficulty and 14.85 points. Dive 5 is 6142D, 3.1 difficulty with 35.65 points. Dive 6 is 5253B with 3.2 difficulty, 56 points. His lowest scores from this dive or from this competition is 1.0, and his highest score is 6.0. Rank 42 is from New Zealand. Luke Spikes, 19 years old, 252 points total score with 251.8 behind top 1. For the first dive, he did 107B, 3.0 difficulty with 43.5 points. Dive 2 is 624B with 2.8 difficulty, 53.2 diving points. Dive 3 is 305C, 2.8 difficulty with 51.8 points. Dive 4 is 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 38.4 points. Dive 5 is 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 36.3 points. Dive 6 is 6253B, 3.2 difficulty and 28.8 points. His lowest scores from this competition is 2.5, and highest score from the judges is 6.0. Rank 41 is from India. Ning Tua Juan Wilson Sinei. Sorry, it's hard to pronounce. 21 years old with 254.85 points, 248.95 points behind top 1. Dive 1, he did 107B 3.0 difficulty with 49.5 points. Dive 2 is Pi 152B 2.9 difficulty with 52.2 points. Dive 3 is 407C 3.2 difficulty with 35.2 points. And Dive 4 is 6243D with 3.2 difficulty, 64.0 points. Dive 5 is 207C 3.3 difficulty with 14.85 points, and Dive 6 is 407C 3.4 difficulty with 39.1 points. Rank 40 is from Romania, Constantin Popovici, who also doing a high diving, 27 meters. 35 years old with 257.1 points, total points, 446.7 points behind top 1. Dive 1, he did 6245D 3.6 difficulty with 73.8. And Dive 2 is 5255B 3.6 difficulty, 54 points. And Dive 3, 307C 3.4 difficulty, 20.4 points. Dive 4 with 207B 3.6 difficulty, 21.6 points. And Dive 5, 407C 3.2 difficulty, 28.8 points. Dive 6, 107B 3.0 difficulty, 58.5 points. His lowest score from this competition is 1.5, and the highest score from this round is 7.0. Konstantin Popovici. Rank 39 is from Japan, Kai Kaneto, 22 years old, with 261.3 total points, 242.5 points behind the top 1. Dive 1, he did 626C 3.3 difficulty with 64.35 points. Dive 2, 107B 3.0 difficulty, 27.0 points. Dive 3, 207C 3.3 difficulty, 47.85 points. Dive 7, 5253B 3.2 difficulty, 43.2 points. Dive 5, 307C 3.4 difficulty, 35.7 points. And Dive 6, 407C 3.2 difficulty, 43.2 points. His lowest scores from this round is 3.0, and his 2.5 in Dive 2. Judge 7, he gave him 2.7 lowest score, and his highest score from this round is 7.0. Rank 38 is from Germany, Luis Carlo Avila Sanchez, 18 years old, with 272.2 points, 231.6 points behind the top 1. Dive 1, he did 407C 3.2 difficulty, with 49.6 points. Dive 2, 207C 3.3 difficulty with 57.75 points. Dive 3 is 307C 3.4 difficulty with 17 points. Dive 4 is 6243D 3.2 difficulty, 49.6 points. Dive 5 is 409C 3.7 difficulty with 38.85 points. Dive 6 is 5255B 3.6 difficulty with 59.4 points. His lowest score from this round is 1.5, and the highest score is 6.0. Rank 37 is from the People's Republic of Korea, or North Korea. His name is Chi Won-koo, 17 years old, 281.2 points total and 222.6 points behind the top 1. Dive 1, he did 407C 3.2 difficulty with 72 points. Dive 2, 207B 3.6 difficulty with 50.4 points. Dive 3 is 307C 3.4 difficulty, 52.7 points. Dive 4 is 626B 3.5 difficulty with 10.5 points. Dive 5 is 5253B 3.2 difficulty, 51.2 points. And Dive 6 is 109C 3.7 difficulty, 44.4 points. His lowest scores from this competition is 1.0, and the highest score that judges gave him is 6.0. I think he had a lot of mistakes in dive 4 because his scores is 1.0, 1.0, 1.5, 1.0, 1.5, 1.0, 1.0. It was a missed dive, but almost a missed dive. 99.0 missed dive. Rank 36 is from Austria. Dariusz Lotfi, 23 years old, with 290.15 points, 213.65 points behind the top 1. Dive 1, he did 5253B, 3.2 difficulty, 49.6 points. Dive 2, 6243D, 3.2 difficulty with 54.4 points. Dive 3, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 44.55 points. Dive 4 is 107B, 3.0 difficulty with 52.5 points. And Dive 5 is 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 45.9 points. Dive 6 is 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 43.2 points. His lowest scores from this competition from this round is 4.0, and the highest score is 6.0 for Dariusz Lotfi of Austria. Rank 35 is from Greece, Athanasios Chirikos, 21 years old, 305.3 points, 198.5 points behind the top 1. Dive 1, he did 107B, 3.0 difficulty, 49.5 points. Dive 2, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 56.1 points. Dive 3, 6142D, 3.1 difficulty with 34.1 points. Dive 4, 305B, 3.0 difficulty with 60.4 points. Dive 5 is 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 57.6 points. Dive 6, 6253B, 3.2 difficulty with 58 points. His lowest scores from this round is 3.5, and the highest score that he got is 7.0 from Dive 4. He got 3.5 lowest score in Dive 3. That's his lowest dive for Athanasios Chirikos of Greece. Rank 34 is from Singapore. Shen On Max Lee, 16 years old, 313.5 points total, and 190.3 points behind the top 1. Dive 1, he did 107B, 3.0 difficulty with 63 points. Dive 2, 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 59.2 points. Dive 3, 6243D, 3.2 difficulty with 48 points. Dive 4 is 207C, 3.3 difficulty, 26.4 points. Dive 5 is 307C, 3.4 difficulty, 56.1 points. And Dive 6 is 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 60.8 points. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to this channel. Thank you very much. Rank 33 is from Egypt, Osmar Muatas, 17 years old, with 315.10 points total and 188.7 points behind top 1. Dive 1, Omar did 107B, 3.0 difficulty with 61.5 points. Dive 2 is 407C with 3.2 difficulty, 44.8 points. Dive 3 is 614B, 2.4 difficulty with 31.2 points. Dive 4 is 305C, 2.8 difficulty with 58.8 points. Dive 5 is 205B, 2.9 difficulty with 58.0 points. And Dive 6 is 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 60.8. His lowest diving score here is in Dive 3 with 31.2. Total score 40, 4.5, 4.5, 4.0, 4.5, 4.5. And his highest score is in Dive 4 with 8.0, highest score. Rank 32 is from Malaysia. Gelson Jabilin, 22 years old, with 318.1 total score, 185.7 points behind top 1. Dive 1, Gelson did 107B, 3.0 difficulty, 58.5 points. Dive 2, 407C, 3.2 difficulty, 72.0. And dive 3, 305C, 2.8 difficulty, 57.4. Dive 3, 305C, 2.8 difficulty, 57.4. Dive 4, 207B, 3.6 difficulty with 10.8. Dive 5 is 5253B, 3.2 difficulty, 67.2. And dive 6 is 6245D, 3.6 difficulty, 52.2. And the lowest score that he got is from dive 4, 0.5, almost missed dive. And the highest score that he got is from dive 2 with 8.0. Rank 31 is from Colombia, Leonardo Garcia Varela, 21 years old, 318.75 points total, and 185.05 points behind the top one. Leonardo in Dive 1, he did 107B, 3.0 difficulty, 61.5. Dive 2, 626C, 3.3 difficulty, 21.45. Dive 3, 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 72.0. Dive 4, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 29.7. And Dive 5 is 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 76.4. Dive 6, 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 57.6 points. His lowest diving score is in Dive 2 with 1.5, and the highest score that he got is 8.0 from Dive 5. Rank 30 is from Cuba, Carlos Daniel Ramos Rodriguez, 20 years old, with 329.45 points. Dive 1, he did 107B, 3.0 difficulty with 63.0 points. Dive 2 is 207C with 3.3 difficulty, 34.65 points. Dive 3, 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 76.4. Dive 4 is 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 51.0 points. Dive 5, 6243D with 3.2 difficulty, 49.6 points. And Dive 6 is 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 54.4 points. His lowest score is in Dive 2 with 3.0. And the highest score that he got is in Dive 3 with 8.0. Carlos Daniel of Cuba. Rank 29 is from New Zealand, Nathan Brown, 23 years old with 331.1 points. Dive 1, Nathan did 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 36.8 points. Dive 2, 626C, 3.3 difficulty with 42.9 points. Dive 3 is 5154B, 3.3 difficulty with 49.5 points. Dive 5 is 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 66.3 points. And Dive 5 is 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 72.6 points. Dive 6 is 107B, 3.0 difficulty with 63 points. His lowest score is in Dive 2 in Dive 1 with 3.5 lowest scores. And the highest score that he got is in Dive 5 with 7.5. Rank 28 is from Norway, Isaac Borslane, 17 years old, with 338.15 total points, 165.65 points behind top 1. Isaac in Dive 1, he did 107B, 3.0 difficulty with 6.0. In Judge 1, he got 54.0 diving points. Dive 2 is 6243D, 3.2 difficulty with 52.8 diving points. Dive 3, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 59.4 points. And Dive 4, 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 60.8 points. Dive 5 is 305C, 2.8 difficulty with 54.6 points. Dive 6, 5152B, 2.9 difficulty with 56.55 points. His lowest scores is in Dive 2 with 5.0, and the highest score that he got is 7.0 for Dive 7, Dive 5, and Dive 6. Rank 27 is from Malaysia, Enrique Harold, 20 years old, with 340.4 total points, 163.4 points behind the top one. Enrique in Dive 1 is 107B, 3.0 difficulty, 67.5 points. Dive 2 is 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 76.8 points. Dive 3 is 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 52.8 points. Dive 4 is 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 15.3 points. And Dive 5 is 5253B, 3.2 difficulty, 67.2 points. Dive 6 is 6243D, 3.2 difficulty and 60.8 total points. Dive 4, that is his near to miss dive because he had 1.0 score, 1.5, 2.5, and 2.0 in Dive 4 with 15.3 points. I hope Enrique Harold can be more consistent in all of his dives. The hope of Southeast Asia. Rank 26 is from Venezuela, Jesus Eduardo Gonzalez Reyes, 19 years old, with 347.1 points. Dive 1, Jesus did 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 56.0 points. Dive 2 is 3.4 difficulty with 59.5 points. Dive 3, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 69.3 points. Dive 4 is 107B, 3.0 difficulty, 61.5 points. Dive 4, 6243D, 3.4 difficulty with 43.2 points. Dive 6, 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 57.6 points. His lowest scores is in he got 4.5 in Dive 5. This is his near to mistake, his biggest mistakes dive in Dive 5 with 4.5, 4.5 and 5.0, and his highest score is 7.0 from the judges. No, it's 7.5. He had it in Dive 4 and Dive 3. Rank 25 is from España, Carlos Camacho del Hoyo, 23 years old, 350.7 total points he got, 153.1 points behind top 1. Dive 1, Carlos got 107B, 3.0 difficulty, 67.5 diving points. Dive 2, 305C, 2.8 difficulty with 63.0 diving points. Dive 3, 207C, 3.3 difficulty, 33.0 points. Dive 4, 407C, 3.2 difficulty, 54.4 points. Dive 5, 62 for 3D, 3.2 difficulty with 67.2 points. Dive 6 is 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 65.6 points. His lowest score is 3.0 in Dive 3, and his high score that he got is from Dive 1, 8.0, and also Dive 2. Rank 24 is from Germany, Jaden Schillon, Ackerman Gorchak, 18 years old with 351.6 total score, 152.2 scores from top 1. Dive 1 he got 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 62.4 points. Dive 2, 109C, 3.7 difficulty, 66.6 points. Dive 3 is 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 42.9 points. Dive 4, 6245D, 3.6 difficulty with 75.6 points. Dive 5, 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 35.7 points. And Dive 6 is 5255B, 3.6 difficulty with 68.4 points. The lowest score that he got is from Dive 3, which is 4.0. And, it's in Dive 5, 3.0. He got a big mistake in Dive 3 and Dive 5. And the highest score that he got is from Dive 4, which is 8.0. Rank 23 is from España, George Rodriguez Ledesma, 18 years old, with 353.35 points, 150.45 points behind top 1. His diving score in Dive 1, he got 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 62.4 points. Dive 2, 626C, 3.3 difficulty, 33.0 points. Dive 3, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 62.7 points. Dive 4, 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 74.8 points. Dive 5, 109C, 3.7 difficulty with 61.05 points. Dive 6, 5255B, 3.6 difficulty with 59.4 points. His lowest scores is from Dive 2, which is 3.0, and the highest score that he got from this round is 8.0 from Dive 4. Dive 2, he got big mistakes there. Rank 22 is from Ukraine, the favorite of YouTube, Yevhen Naumenko. 22 years old now with 354.7 points, 149.1 points behind top 1. Dive 1, Yevhen did 407C, 3.2 difficulty, 57.6 points. Dive 2, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 69.3 points. Dive 3 is 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 52.7 points. Dive 4 is 107B, 3.0 difficulty with 61.5 points. And Dive 5, 6243D, 3.2 difficulty with 46.4 points. In Dive 6 is 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 67.2 points. The lowest score that he got is from Dive 5, which is 3.5, and the highest score that he got is from actually is 7.0. It's present in most of his dives. Rank 21 is from Australia, Jackson Boucher, 17 years old with 357.35 points. Jackson in Dive 1 did 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 59.2 points. Dive 2 is 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 66.3 points. Dive 3, 409C, 3.7 difficulty with 66.6 points. Dive 4, 626C, 3.3 difficulty with 56.1 points. Dive 5, 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 44.8 points. Dive 6, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 64.35 points. His lowest score is 4.5 from Dive 5, and the highest score is 7.0. It's present in most of his dives. Rank 20 is from Puerto Rico, Emmanuel Vasquez, 23 years old, 359.3 points, 144.5 score from behind the top 1. Emmanuel in Dive 1 did 107B, 3.0 difficulty, 67.5 points. Dive 2, 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 56.1 points. Dive 3 is 6243D, 3.2 difficulty with 60.8 points. Dive 4, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 69.3 points. Dive 5 is 407C, 3.2 difficulty, 38.4. And Dive 5 is 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 67.2. The lowest score that he got is 3.5 in Dive 5, and the highest score is in Dive 6 with 8.0. It is also present in Dive 1. Rank 19 is from USA, Joshua Hedberg, 17 years old with 365.75 points. Dive 1 is 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 56.0 points. Dive 2, 6245D, 3.6 difficulty, 57.6 points. In Dive 3, 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 62.9 points. Dive 4, 207B, 3.6 difficulty with 52.2 points. In Dive 5 is 109C, 3.7 difficulty with 5.85 points. In Dive 6 is 5255B, 3.6 difficulty with 61.2 points. His lowest score that he got is from Dive 4, which is 4.0, and the highest score that he got is only 7.0. Present in Dive 5 and Dive 3. Rank 18 is from Italy, Andrea Sargent Larsen, 24 years old, with 365.85 points, 137.95 points behind top 1. Andreas in Dive 1 did 5253B 3.2 difficulty with 52.8 points. Dive 2 107B 3.0 difficulty with 60.0. Dive 3 207C 3.3 difficulty with 64.35. Dive 4 he did 626C 3.3 difficulty with 69.3. Dive 5 407C 3.2 difficulty with 48.0. Dive 6 307C 3.4 difficulty with 71.4. The lowest score that he got is 4.0 from Dive 5 and the highest score is 8.0 from Dive 6. Rank 17 is from Austria, Anton Noll, 19 years old with 368.0 and 135.8 points behind top 1. Anton, in the first dive, he did 107B 3.0 difficulty, 61.5 points. Dive 2, 6240D 3.2 difficulty, 51.2 points. Dive 3, 307C 3.4 difficulty with 73.1 points. Dive 4, 5253B 3.2 difficulty with 64.0. Dive 5, 207C 3.3 difficulty with 46.2. Dive 6 is 407C 3.2 difficulty with 72.0. The lowest score that he got is 4.5 in Dive 5 and the highest score that he got is 8.0 present in Dive 3. Rank 16 is from Colombia, Sebastian Villa Castañeda, 31 years old with 372.15 points, 131.65 points behind top 1. Sebastian did in Dive 1, 5253B 3.2 difficulty, 64.0. Dive 2, 407B 3.5 difficulty with 64.75. Dive 3 is 626B 3.5 difficulty, 54.25. And Dive 4, 207C 3.3 difficulty with 62.7. Dive 5 is 109C 3.7 difficulty with 49.95 and Dive 6 is 307C 3.4 difficulty with 76.5. His lowest score that he got is 4.0 in Dive 5 and the highest score that he got is 7.5, present in Dive 6, in Dive 4, and also in Dive 1. Rank 15 is from Poland, Robert Lukaszewicz, 22 years old, 372.25 points total, and 131.55 behind top 1. Robert in Dive 1 did 107B 3.0 difficulty with 63.0. Dive 2 407C 3.2 difficulty with 67.2. Dive 3 207C 3.3 difficulty 64.35. Dive 4 626C and 3.3 difficulty with 46.2. Dive 5 5253B 3.2 difficulty 72.0. Dive 6 307C 3.4 difficulty with 59.5. The lowest score that he got here is 5.0 and the highest score that he got is 7.5. Rank 14 is from Uzbekistan, Igor Mialin with 27 years old and 377.85 points total and 125.95 score behind top 1. Igor in Dive 1 did 407C 3.2 difficulty with 57.6, Dive 2 307C 3.4 difficulty 45.9, Dive 3 6245D 3.6 difficulty 72 points, and Dive 4 207C 3.3 difficulty with 67.65, Dive 5 107B 3.0 difficulty 67.5, and Dive 6 5253B 3.2 difficulty with 67.2. The lowest score that he got is 4.0 from Dive 2 and the highest score that he got is 8.0 from Dive 5. Rank 13 is from Italy, Riccardo Giovannini with 20 years old with 379.75 points total and 124.05 points behind top 1. Giovanni in rank 1 or in Dive 1 did 5253B 3.2 difficulty with 59.2, Dive 2 305B 3.0 difficulty with 73.5, Dive 3 107B 3.0 difficulty 48.0, and Dive 4 407C 3.2 difficulty with 70.4. Dive 5 is 62.43D 3.2 difficulty with 54.4, Dive 6 207C 3.3 difficulty with 74.25. The lowest score that he had is 4.5 in Dive 3 And the highest score is 8.0, and in dive 6, which is 7.5, 7.5, 8.0, 8.0, 7.5. The best dive that he got is in dive 6, and also in dive 2, which is 8.0, 8.5 are his scores. Great job, Giovanni. Rank 12 is from Korea. Jongwi Shin, 22 years old, 379.85 total score, and 123.95 score behind top 1. Jongwi in Dive 1 did 107B, 3.0 difficulty, 58.5 diving total score. Dive 2, 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 65.6 points. Dive 3, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 54.45 points. And Dive 4 is 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 71.4. Dive 5 is 626C, 3.3 difficulty with 62.7. And Dive 6 is 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 67.2. The lowest score that he got is 5.5 in Dive 3, and the highest score that he got is 7.5, present in Dive 6, and also in Dive 2. Rank 11 is from Great Britain, Kyle Kotari, 26 years old, with 398.1 total score and 105.7 score behind top 1. Dive 1, Kyle did 6243D, 3.2 difficulty, 72.0. Dive 2, 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 71.4. Dive 3, 407C, 3.2 difficulty, 65.6. Dive 4, 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 59.4. Dive 5 is 109C, 3.7 difficulty, 70.3 score, and Dive 6 by 255B, 3.6 difficulty with 59.4 score. His lowest score is 5.5, and the highest score is 7.5. Rank 10 is from USA, Brandon Losciabo, 26 years old, with 409 total score, 94.8 score behind top 1. Dive 1, he had 407C, 3.2 difficulty, 73.6. Dive 2, 207B, 3.6 difficulty with 75.6. Dive 3 is 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 71.4. And Dive 4, 6245D, 3.6 difficulty with 72.0. Dive 5, 109C, 3.7 difficulty with 44.4. Dive 6 is 6255B, 3.6 difficulty with 72.0. The lowest score that he got is in Dive 5 and almost missed Dive 3.5, 4.5, 4.0. The highest score that he got is in Dive 1, which is 8.0. Rank 9 is from Canada, Rylan Waynes, 22 years old, with 415.95 total score, 87.85 points behind top 1. Rylan in Dive 1 did 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 84.8. Dive 2, 109C, 3.7 difficulty with 72.15. Dive 3, 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 66.3. Dive 4, 6245D, 3.6 difficulty with 82.8. Dive 5 is 207C, 3.3 difficulty with 36.3. Dive 6, 6253B, 3.2 difficulty with 73.6. The lowest score that he got is in Dive 5 and almost missed Dive 4.0, 3.5, 4.5. The highest score that he had is in Dive 1, 9.0, 8.5, almost perfect dive. And also in Dive 6, which is 8.0, 7.5. Rank 8 is from North Korea or People's Republic of Korea, Yong Myung Im, 22 years old, 416.6 total score with 87.2 score behind the top 1. Dive 1, he did 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 67.2. Dive 2, 307C, 3.4 difficulty, 42.5 total score. Dive 3 is 626B, 3.5 difficulty with 84.0. Dive 4, 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 67.2 points. And Dive 5 is 207C, 3.6 difficulty with 88.2 points. Dive 6 is 107B, 3.0 difficulty with 67.5 total score. The lowest score that he got is in Dive 2, which is 4.0. And the highest score that he got is 8.0, present in Dive 3. And also, no, he got 8.5 also in Dive 5. Great job for Park Yong-yong. He will join in Paris Olympics. We'll be seeing him in Paris Olympics 2024. Dive 7 is from Canada, Nathan Sambor Moray, 20 years old, 433.55 points, 70.25 points behind the top 1. Dive 1, he did 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 76.8 points. Dive 2, 109C, 3.7 difficulty with 70.3 points. Dive 3, 207C, 3.3 difficulty, 74.25 points. Dive 4, 6243D, 3.2 difficulty with 68.8 points. Dive 5, 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 71.4 points. And Dive 6, 5253B, 3.2 difficulty with 72.0 points. The highest score that he got is in Dive 1, which is 8.5, and the lowest that's present. Most of his scores are good. The lowest score that he got is 6.0 in Dive 2. Rank 6 is from Mexico, Kevin Berlin Reyes, 22 years old, with 435.8 total score, 68.0 points behind top 1. Dive 1, he got 407C, 3.2 difficulty, 62.45 points. Dive 2, 626B, 3.5 difficulty, 77.0. And Dive 3, 307C, 3.4 difficulty, 74.8 points. And Dive 4 is 207B, 3.6 difficulty, 70.2. Dive 5 is 109C, 3.7 difficulty with 74.0. And Dive 6 is 5255B, 3.6 difficulty with 77.4. His lowest score is 5.5 present in Dive 4, and the highest score that he got are almost average, 7.5, and that is present in Dive 6, in Dive 5, Dive 3, Dive 2 also. We'll be seeing him in Paris Olympics. Rank 5 is from Ukraine, Oleksiy Sereda. 18 years old with 446.4 total score with 57.4 points behind top 1. Dive 1, Oleksiy did 407C, 3.2 difficulty, 81.6 total score. Dive 2, 109C, 3.7 difficulty, 77.7 points. Dive 3, 307C, 3.4 difficulty, 76.5 points. And Dive 4 is 207B, 3.6 difficulty with 91.8 points. Dive 5, 6245D, 3.6 difficulty with 43.2 points. And Dive 6 is 5255B, 3.6 difficulty with 75.6 points. The lowest score that he got is in Dive 5, almost missed dive. If he can improve his Dive 5, then he will be maybe at least in the silver medal or bronze position. The highest score that he got is 9.0. The lowest average score next to the lowest score that he got is 7.0, 7.5, 6.5, 7.0. Those are his numbers from his dives. In Dive 4 is from Rank 4 is from Mexico, Randall Villiers Valdez, 21 years old, 449.75 points total and 54.05 points behind the top 1. Dive 1, he did 407B, 3.5 difficulty with 78.75 points. Dive 2, 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 76.5 points. Dive 3, 626B, 3.5 difficulty with 80.5. Dive 4, 5255B, 3.6 difficulty, 82.8 points. Dive 5 is 207B, 3.6 difficulty with 73.8 points. And Dive 6 is 109B, 4.1 difficulty with 57.4 points. He must improve his Dive 6 for him to improve his ranking. The highest score that he got is in Dive 8.0, which is present in Dive 4, Dive 3, and Dive 2, and Dive 1. Rank 3 is from Great Britain, Noah Williams, 23 years old, 451.95 total score with 51.85 points behind the top 1. Noah in Dive 1 did 5255B, 3.6 difficulty with 81.0 points. Dive 2, 407C, 3.2 difficulty with 68.8 points. Dive 3, 207C, 3.4 difficulty, 71.4. Dive 4 is 6245D, 3.6 difficulty with 81.0. Dive 5, 207B, 3.6 difficulty with 70.8. And Dive 6 is 109C, 3.7 difficulty with 79.55. The lowest score that he had is 6.5 in Dive 2. And the highest score that he had is 8.5. He had lots of good scores here. which is a little bit average. He must improve more. Second best is from China, Hao Yang, 26 years old with 497.7 points, 6.1 points behind the top one. Lots of a chance to be in the gold medal position. Dive 1, he had 407C, 3.2 difficulty, 64.0 points. Dive 2, he had 626B, 3.5 difficulty with 89.25 points. Dive 3, 307C, 3.4 difficulty, 81.6 points. And Dive 4 is 207B, 3.6 difficulty, 86.4 points. Dive 5, 6253B, 3.2 difficulty with 78.4 points. And Dive 6, 109C, 3.7 difficulty with 98.05 points. The highest score that he got is in Dive 6 with 9.0, present in Dive 6. The lowest score in Dive 6 is 8.5. The lowest score that he got in this round is 6.0 in Dive 1. He had a pretty good score. A close fight with first rank is China. Yuan Kao, 29 years old with 503.8 total score. Yuan in Dive 1 did 307C, 3.4 difficulty with 81.6 points. Dive 2, 407C, 3.2 difficulty, 81.6 points. Dive 3, 207B, 3.6 difficulty with 82.8 points. Dive 4, 6245D, 3.6 difficulty with 90.0 points. In Dive 5, 109C, 3.7 difficulty with 81.4 points. Dive 6 is 5255B, 3.6 difficulty with 86.4 points. The lowest score that he had is 6.5 in Dive 5, and the highest score that he got is in Dive 2, which is 9.0. Thank you very much, and please do not forget to subscribe, like, and share to this channel for more diving updates.